Have you ever sat in silence wondering, what am I really good at? Or maybe, why does everyone else seem to have it all figured out, except me? If you've ever felt lost, directionless, or like you're just going through the motions, you're not alone. In fact, most people don't lack talent. They lack clarity. And today, we're going to change that. This video isn't about fluffy motivation or telling you to just follow your dreams. No, this is about finding what truly fits you. Because here's the truth. Passion isn't something you magically discover one day. It's something you uncover, one layer at a time, by understanding your natural abilities and how they connect to the world around you. We're going to break down 10 core abilities, 10 natural strengths that could hold the key to your passion. Maybe you're a quiet problem solver. Maybe you're a high-energy creator. Or maybe you're a deep listener with the ability to understand others on a whole different level. Whatever your gift is, it's there. And when you find it, your life shifts. Work stops feeling like a grind. Confidence grows. And every day starts to feel more like you. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just know the 10 abilities. You'll know which one is yours, and how to build a life around it. This might be the moment everything starts to make sense. 1. The seeker, the passion to discover. Let's start with a powerful ability, the seeker. You're someone who constantly asks, why? What else is out there? And what if? Seekers are explorers of knowledge. They're the ones who dive deep into books, videos, podcasts, always chasing understanding. Not because someone told them to, but because they need to know. If you've ever gone down a rabbit hole researching something at 2 a.m., not because it was for school or work, but because you were curious, you might be a seeker. You're not just interested in surface-level facts. You want meaning. You want truth. You want to understand how the world works and where you fit in it. Here's the thing most people don't realize. Being a seeker isn't passive. It's a superpower, because seekers become inventors, researchers, philosophers, storytellers. They connect ideas others overlook. They solve complex problems, and they never settle for just because. But here's the danger. Seekers can get stuck in endless thinking without ever doing. You get paralyzed by too many possibilities. If that sounds like you, here's your shift. Action creates clarity. Explore, but also experiment. Try, test, build. Your path might not be clear right away, but the more you move, the more it will reveal itself. So, if you feel like you're always searching for something more, you're not broken. You're a seeker. That's your gift. And your passion. It lives at the intersection of curiosity and action. Chapter 2. The Creator. The passion to build and express. Do you ever feel an itch to bring something into the world that didn't exist before? That's the mark of the creator. Creators are artists, designers, builders, writers, video editors, anyone who feels most alive when they're making something. If you've ever spent hours painting, writing, filming, designing, crafting, or building, not because someone asked you to, but because your soul needed it, then you're a creator. This is the kind of passion that shows up in silence, in solitude, in those moments when time disappears and you're in flow. You don't just admire beauty, you produce it. You turn emotions into form, thoughts into visuals, chaos into something meaningful. But here's the trap creators fall into. Self-doubt. You wonder if your work is good enough. You compare. You hesitate to share what you've made. Let me tell you something important. What you create might not be perfect, but it will be yours. And that makes it powerful. Don't let perfectionism kill your passion. Express freely. Publish that poem. Share that sketch. Build the app. Make the video. Because someone, somewhere, needs to feel what you've created. If you've been looking for your passion, and you keep going back to creative hobbies, even if they're not practical, that's your clue. Creators don't chase applause. They chase expression. And if this sounds like you, maybe you weren't meant to follow a path. Maybe you were meant to carve one. 3. The healer. The passion to care and uplift. Do people naturally come to you with their problems? Do you feel a deep urge to ease pain, offer comfort, or lift someone's spirit? Then you might be the healer. Healers aren't always doctors or therapists. They're the ones who feel with others. They have an unshakable empathy, the kind that sees through someone's smile and notices the sadness behind their eyes. They listen not just with their ears, but with their whole heart. If your energy rises when you help someone feel understood, when you support someone through a tough time, or when you offer kindness without expecting anything back, that's your gift. Healers often end up in quiet roles: nurses, counselors, teachers, spiritual leaders. But many are everyday people changing lives in unseen ways. A gentle word, a hug, a message at just the right time. But here's what healers often forget: you need care too. Because when you constantly pour into others, you risk burning out. Passion becomes a burden if you neglect yourself. So if you're the one who always says, "I just want to help people," don't dismiss that as vague or small. It's actually huge. The world is hurting, and you're the kind of person who brings light to the pain. That's a calling. So ask yourself this: are you running from the pain of others, or running toward it to help? If it's the second, your passion may not be found in success, but in service. 4. The leader, the passion to influence and guide. Do you often find yourself stepping up when no one else will? Do people look to you for direction, clarity, or motivation, even when you didn't ask for it? Then you might be the leader. Leadership isn't about titles or being the loudest in the room. Real leaders influence through vision, strength, and the courage to go first. If you've ever felt frustrated by poor decisions, or seen how something could be better and wanted to fix it, not just for yourself, but for others, there's a leader in you. Leaders don't follow the path. They create new ones. They rally people around a mission, whether it's launching a business, leading a cause, or building a team. If you're passionate about helping others win, not just yourself, this could be your lane. But here's the catch: leadership is lonely. The pressure is real. That's why passion matters. You must care enough to lead when it's hard, to keep going when no one claps. If you can't stop thinking about systems, impact, and helping people move forward, your passion may be rooted in guidance. Ask yourself, do I light up when I help others grow? Then maybe you're not just a leader, you were born to be one. 5. The creator, the passion to build and express. Have you ever felt an itch to make something out of nothing? A blank page excites you. A quiet room fuels your imagination. You're not just thinking, you're creating. Then you might be the creator. Creators are driven by one thing: expression. It could be writing, drawing, designing, coding, filming, composing, crafting, you name it. The form doesn't matter. The fire inside does. You feel most alive when you're building something that didn't exist before. It doesn't even have to be perfect. It just has to be real. The world needs more creators. People who bring beauty, innovation, and meaning to life. But many creators are held back by fear. What if no one likes it? What if I'm not good enough? But here's the truth. Creating is never about perfection. It's about courage. The courage to make, to share, to improve. If you lose track of time when you're designing, writing, or building, that's a clue. If you've ever felt deep joy in expressing what others only feel but can't say, you're a creator at heart. So ask yourself, what do I love bringing to life? Because maybe your passion isn't something you find. Maybe it's something you make with your own hands. 6. The caregiver, the passion to help and heal. Some people are born with an instinct to care. They feel the pain of others deeply. Their heart doesn't just break, it responds. If that sounds like you might be the caregiver. Caregivers find purpose in helping, healing, and holding space for others. They are nurses, therapists, coaches, counselors, support workers, or simply the friend everyone turns to. Their power lies not in loudness, but in presence. When you walk into a room, people feel safer. They feel seen. But here's the challenge. Caregivers often forget to care for themselves. They give so much that they run on empty. If that's you, here's a truth you need to remember. Your passion is a gift, not a burden. But you must protect it. Refill your cup. Say no when you need to. Your energy is sacred. If you've ever found deep fulfillment in comforting someone, guiding them through a tough time, or being the calm in their storm. That's not random. That's your ability calling out to you. That's your power. And in a world that's increasingly chaotic, people like you, who know how to heal, how to hold, how to help, are more needed than ever. So ask yourself, who do I feel called to care for? Because that might just lead you to your passion. 7. The leader, the passion to influence and inspire. Some people walk into a room and something shifts, not because they're the loudest, but because they carry vision, purpose, and presence. If you've ever felt a deep desire to guide others, to make a difference, and to bring people together toward a greater goal, you might be the leader. Leaders don't just want attention, they want impact. You notice what's broken and feel pulled to fix it. You believe things can be better, and you want to be part of that change. Maybe you're already the go-to person for decisions, or maybe you've held back thinking, who am I to lead? But leadership isn't about titles. It's about trust. It's about stepping up when others step back. It's about vision and responsibility, and it's something you grow into. The world needs leaders who lead with empathy, not ego, who build up others instead of tearing them down. If you've ever found yourself inspiring others, stepping into difficult roles, or creating momentum when no one else would, that's not just coincidence. That's your ability showing. So ask yourself, what kind of leader do I want to be? Because someone out there is waiting for you to step up. 8. The creator, the passion to build and design. Some people are builders, not just of things, but of ideas, dreams, and worlds. If you find joy in designing, constructing, innovating, or simply making something out of nothing, you might be the creator. Creators see possibilities where others see limits. You love to sketch, write, code, invent, or organize. Your mind naturally asks, how can I make this better? You might get lost in your work for hours, not because you have to, but because you want to. That flow, that immersion is a sign your passion lies in creation. Whether it's crafting a business, writing a story, building an app, or curating a space, creators are the heartbeat of innovation. They bring ideas to life. They solve problems not just with logic, but with imagination. But here's what many creators struggle with: perfectionism, that fear of putting your work out there until it's flawless. But guess what? Creation is messy. The masterpiece doesn't come before the mess, it comes from it. So, if you've got that urge to build, to express, to innovate, don't wait for permission. Create boldly, because the world needs what only you can make. 9. The communicator, the passion to connect and express. Do you feel deeply fulfilled when you're connecting with people? Sharing ideas, telling stories, or helping others understand something clearly? If so, you might be the communicator. Communicators have a gift for expression. You might love speaking, writing, teaching, or even listening with intention. You feel alive when you're exchanging thoughts, when you're heard, and when you help others feel heard too. Your words carry emotion, meaning, and purpose. You instinctively know how to relate, how to inspire, and how to make people feel understood. But here's what most people don't realize. This is a powerful ability. In a world full of noise, genuine communication is rare and priceless. Whether it's motivating a team, hosting a podcast, writing a blog, or simply holding space for a friend, your passion lies in connection. Not just talking, but creating understanding. The challenge for communicators? Doubting that their words matter. But they do. More than you know. One message, one story, one honest conversation can change a life. So if this is you, lean into it. Share your truth. Speak up. Write it down. Record that video. Your ability to connect through words could be your path to purpose and your gift to the world. 10. The visionary, the passion to dream big and lead change. Do you constantly think about the future? See possibilities where others see problems? If your mind is always racing with big ideas and new ways of doing things, you're likely the visionary. Visionaries have a passion for thinking beyond the now. You're not just chasing goals, you're chasing change. You feel deeply called to challenge the status quo, to improve systems, and to build a better world. Whether it's through innovation, entrepreneurship, activism, or creative leadership. This passion often shows up early. Maybe you were the kid asking, "Why not?" Or, "What if we tried this instead?" You may struggle with traditional paths because your mind doesn't just follow, it leads. You see what could be, not just what is. But here's the trap. The world may call you too ambitious or unrealistic. Don't listen. Some of the greatest breakthroughs came from people just like you, those brave enough to dream loudly and move boldly. If this is your path, protect your vision. Surround yourself with doers and believers. Learn how to turn dreams into plans. And never forget, your passion for change is needed. You're not just here to fit in. You're here to light the way forward. So, which ability spoke to you? Maybe it was the creative spark of the artist, maybe the deep heart of the empath, or perhaps the bold mind of the visionary. Whatever it was, one thing is clear. Your passion isn't something you find out there. It's something you uncover within. You were born with a spark, but life, school, expectations, fear covered it up. This video wasn't about giving you a new purpose. It was about reminding you of what was already there. If you felt lost, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. And clarity comes not from waiting, but from exploring. From trying, failing, and listening closely to what makes you feel alive. Passion isn't one perfect thing. It's the direction your soul wants to go. The ability that feels like breathing. The path where your pain becomes your power, and your joy becomes your fuel. So don't just close this video and scroll away. Sit with what resonated. Journal, reflect, take one step toward it. And remember, you don't have to figure it all out today. You just have to listen and move one step closer to the life that feels like yours. You've got this.